Yes, I know you have not seen this. Something happened before the election.
November of 2024, binary. And on the other side, you've got someone who has said that if he were back in office, he would weaponize the Department of Justice. Someone who has openly applauded insurrectionists as patriots. Someone who has said that they will go after their political enemies and applauds dictators, indicating that he would be one. So let's be really clear about what's at stake. And then, yes, of course, there is then a desire that let's get out there because we can't lose this democracy. We can't.
Yes, Kamala Harris said something that is so sickening. According to this tweet, Kamala Harris wondered we could lose this democracy if we elect Trump, who will weaponize the DOJ and go after their political enemies. Is she not aware that this is what Biden has been doing since he has been in office? You can't make this stuff up. Kamala Harris understand what is going on, then trying to paint a different type of image here. We know that is what they're doing for a very long time. Now Kamala Harris is coming to use that same talking point. No matter how you disagree with someone politically, never wish them dead. I came across a video from The View. Joy Behar said something that triggered a lot of people. Nikki Haley should be able, she should stay there in case Trump dies.
So, well, here it comes. The votes are in for the New Hampshire primary. You know who came out on top, beating Nikki Haley by about 11%. And while he reverted to his usual script in his victory speech, Haley accepted the loss, and claims she's still in the running. Take a look.
I want to congratulate Donald Trump on his victory tonight. He earned it. New Hampshire is first in the nation. It is not the last in the nation. This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go.
She's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost. Who the hell was the imposter that went up on the stage before and claimed a victory? She did very poorly, actually. You can't let people get away with okay? You can't. You just can't do that. And when I watched her in the fancy dress that probably wasn't so fancy come up, I said, what's she doing? We won.
You know, that's what we all say.
So, Donald, maybe he'll choke on a cheeseburger.
I don't think there's anything wrong with continuing to fight. She was a two-term governor of South Carolina. I see the math is very hard because Trump has kind of set up the primary so it favors him. Nevada, he changed the rules so that it favors him. All the Super Tuesday states are winner take all. That favors him. It's tough. I like that she's fighting because currently two people stand between Donald Trump and the White House, Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, and that is scary.
For me, you know,
The more she stays in, the more demented he looks. Because, right, she needs to stay there so that he can talk about her, just to annoy her. You know,
Yeah, he also doesn't, respect women. So I think that's part of it. But I'd like to just talk about Tim Scott for a moment.
Why?
And how uncomfortable he looked behind Donald Trump and the cringe-worthy moment. He is up his body, but he's in the sunken place, okay? I mean, that's just the bottom line for Tim Scott. What's so fascinating is he's running for vice president. He endorses Trump on a Friday and then gets engaged on a Saturday and announces his engagement on a Sunday because it's like, pick me, I'm getting married this year, and no other vice president has been unmarried, right, and has been successful. So it just screams, I want to be your vice president. I love you.
And what was Vivek doing? What was Lil Vivek doing?
I feel like he lives in Trump's pocket.
He disappeared on the way up with Tim Scott. Yeah. They were all up there together. What the hell?
There are a bunch of them jockeying for the VP slot.
That's
Here's
right.
what was so pathetic, cringy, and painful about watching Tim Scott, Elise Stefanik rushed to put out a statement congratulating Trump for winning before the polls even closed last night. They are racing to try to be his vice president. And by the way, I don't actually think either of those two are going to be chosen.
Who do you think is going to get it?
I still think it's going to be a governor. I think it'll probably be Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and I think it'll be a woman. Although he's apparently interested in Marco Rubio, which there's some constitutional questions too. But here's what I want to say. I know all these people. I've known Elise Stefanik for a decade. Every one of them privately knows Nikki Haley is more qualified, would be a better president, and they privately deride Donald Trump. But then publicly in front of the cameras, they're terrified of him, and they care more about their careers and opportunism
They need to
keep
put this
defending
country
him.
before their career.
Yes, I say this on daily basis. These people should not be on air. Just take a look at a show like this. That is her own political point. She said this the first day. Nikki Haley should just stay there, to annoy Trump. That is what they are encouraging. She's losing, spending a lot of money, though it's not her money. But these people seem not to still understand exactly what is happening. At a certain point, when I look at Joy Behar, it really bothers me the number of years she has been on air. When it concerns political issues, they are not good at it. Yes, I really don't get the point here. Stay there in case this is insane. Watching Trump dead should not be the thing. I understand they are against Trump, but that is not how you are supposed to do. There are a lot of people I don't agree with them, in different ways, but I cannot wish them dead. If it's competitions, we compete, not things like this. It is insane to me when I look at Joy Behar, spewing this on air.
One direction of the Republican Party is a belief that it is the job of the U.S. government to play the role of global policeman, to establish a surveillance state here at home.
Stuff in Texas. Now, I'm not saying she could actually get it. Yeah. But if you're the donor class that wants Trump gone, you tell her, thug it out for a few months. I'm going to put some more money in your bank account, because if he gets convicted, you do want to have a candidate with enough delegates to go that can be on the floor and have a floor fight with Donald Trump.
Take a look at the numbers. Among Trump voters, 70% of them, according to our exit polls, are registered Republicans. Donald Trump, his support, 27% of his voters are registered undeclared or independents. 3% were unregistered before today. Look at how that compares with Nikki Haley. It's a complete reversal. It's an alternate universe. Among Haley voters, 70% are registered undeclared. Only 27% are registered Republicans.
Vivek, you made that endorsement in the same speech that you dropped out. Why was it so important to you to get behind former President Trump?
Look, I think there's two America First candidates in this race since the beginning. That was Donald Trump and myself.